Chapter 1. Your SaaS company tastes like chicken, and it's supposed to. You may think your business is unique, but trust me, it's not. Noah Kagan, founder and CEO of AppSumo and author of New York Times bestseller, $1 Million Weekend. 18 months of dedication, a year and a half of late nights, working hard and working harder, and still no growth. Maybe I should go back to firefighting. A few miles away, Matt's former firefighting crew was either saving lives fighting a blaze or in the downtime they had, kicking back at the firehouse that he used to call home. There, at Station 4, a busy firehouse in Arlington, Virginia, Matt had worked, trained, and been promoted to lieutenant a year earlier. Now he wasn't saving anyone's life. He wasn't searching for people trapped in a house fire or dangling from a rope. He wasn't cooking big firehouse dinners or working out in between calls. He'd walked away from all of it to start this company. Instead of living the firehouse life he'd spent a decade in, now he was fighting a new kind of fire, one that had been blazing for 18 months, and none of it was extinguished. Matt and Jake, a Marine turned firefighter whom Matt had met while working together at Station 4, had started a business almost accidentally. Besides working as a firefighter, Jake also owned his own gym. Matt was a bit of a secret nerd, and he helped Jake with his gym's website and marketing strategy as he was getting going. Then, in 2015, they'd taken that same marketing playbook that had worked for Jake's gym and offered it to others. The playbook caught the eye of Chris Cooper, founder of Two Brain Business, one of the premier mentorship programs in the world for gym owners. So Chris brought Jake on his podcast so he could give away that same gym marketing playbook for free, along with a done-for-you version for $99. Sure would be cool if a dozen gyms actually paid us for this, Matt and Jake thought. 3 days later, 100 gyms had signed up. Matt and Jake used that initial traction to pre-sell gym owners on their upcoming software platform, UpLaunch, which would deliver professional marketing strategies to bring in new leads and retain existing members. Within 6 months of going live, UpLaunch had over 50 customers on board, and in another 6 months, they arrived at $18,000 in ongoing monthly revenue from those customers, or what we call MRR in the SaaS world. Sounds good, right? $18,000 in ongoing monthly revenue within 12 months? The problem was, they were at exactly the same place another year and a half later. It took 12 months to build what seemed like a rocket ship of a business, and just one more month to completely flatline it. Sure, new customers were still coming on board, but just as many were leaving. Customer in, customer out. Instead of a rocket ship, they'd just built the world's most frustrating hamster wheel. At the time, Matt didn't have a name for what UpLaunch was experiencing, at least not one our editor would let us repeat in the book. But little did he know that their company's problems were so predictable, there's actually an official name for it, a growth ceiling. When your company is adding and losing the same number of customers, you've hit your growth ceiling, and it sucks. Ever hit a similar point in your business when it feels as if no matter how hard you fight, the revenue won't seem to tick upward? It's frustrating as hell, especially for founders who've built brick by painful brick or line of code by painstaking line of code, a true business that has a real product for real customers. Regardless of whether you're just starting or you've got a 50-person team, your next growth ceiling is looming. And when you hit it, it's a crushing feeling because you can't just outwork it. Instead of your effort creating more growth, it just feels like you're treading water. You're expending even more emotional energy for the same thing you had yesterday. And it feels like you can barely keep your head above the waves, but you certainly aren't surfing them. Matt and Jake, maybe like you, had already turned their backs on successful careers, left their retirement funds on the table, and sacrificed a major part of their identities as firefighters when they dove headfirst into entrepreneurship. Neither of them had taken a salary. Both had contributed tens of thousands of dollars into the business, and all that helped accelerate their company's growth until it got to $18,000 in MRR. These guys weren't dummies. They noticed the growth stall, and to fix it, they tried new and exciting marketing tactics. They took on new channel partners. They tinkered with their product. Still, nothing was working, and it was getting scary. And by the middle of 2018, UpLaunch was only a few months away from having to close up shop. This was one blaze these two firefighting pros couldn't seem to put out. Your company is a math problem. After coaching thousands of founders from around the world in SaaS Academy, some who are building their first ever business and others who have multiple exits under their belts, we can tell you with confidence that the flatline Matt was experiencing happens all the time. The first plateau for most SaaS companies usually pops up somewhere between $10,000 and $30,000 in MRR. And the only way through it is to stop brute forcing your growth and start taking a systematic approach to solving the math problem that is your SaaS company.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.